Oh.
Hello, I'm Darian Duggar, and I am here to report on the Villa Duchesne Theater Arts production of Vanities. The play premiered on March 22nd and closed on March 24th. I was able to interview members of the cast as well as go backstage. Let's hear what the cast members have to say about rehearsals and their fears for the play. Hi, Ms. Richardson.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Good.
Good.
Are you going to go see Vanities this
I
month?
am.
Perfect. How many times have you seen it?
Well, this will be my second because Mr. Welch has produced this before, so it'll be the second time I've seen it.
Okay, what did you think about it the first time you saw it?
Loved it. He always puts on a good play, and I think it's a great play for women.
Perfect. Well, thank you.
You are welcome.
I play Kathy. I play Mary. And I play Joanne.
Okay, and do you guys think you're similar to the roles you play in any way?
I hope I'm not. I'm a little too uptight. Mine's a little too loose. I'm really organized, and I'm not. Like, my character's really organized, and I'm not really like that. I don't know.
Are you guys nervous to perform the play?
Not really.
I'm a little.
I'm excited.
I mean, this is
It's going to be
Lindsay's
good.
first ever play.
Okay, how do you think rehearsal's going so far?
As far as I can tell, I think it's going really well. This is the first straight play I've ever done, so I don't completely know what to expect, but as of now, I think it's going well.
What are you looking forward to or nervous about opening night?
I am nervous that I would forget a line, and I hope that I can portray my character the way Mr. Welch wants me to portray it, and the way I feel is good.
Turn your head a little bit more closer. Let's stay right there. That's good. Right there. Hold it.
How do you think rehearsal is going so far?
It's doing good. My scene went first, so we have all of our lines memorized and all of the blocking and whatnot. So we're doing good.
Are you nervous about anything for opening night?
Yes, I can't remember one line about chicken wire to save my life. So yes, I'm worried that I'm gonna forget.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thanks.
Hi, this is Margie Notter with Sports on Tower News Network. The St. Louis Blues are a franchise that has never won a Stanley Cup, a team that has not won a playoff game in 6 seasons. They currently own the best point total in the NHL and have now become the first team to clinch a spot in the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals. The only thing left for the team to do is to answer the age-old question: can they actually win the Stanley Cup? The St. Louis Blues led the National Hockey League for the first time in a long time. With 100 points, the Central Division Blues are ahead of the New York Rangers, who have 99 points, and the Vancouver Canucks with 94 points. The team has been stunting their efforts with poor decisions, offensive zone turnovers, and momentum-snapping mistakes. This is not a complex team. Rather, it thrives on simplicity. There are no household names, no leading scorers, and no dominating forces on the team. Head coach Ken Hitchcock puts it in simple terms: the Blues are spending too much time on defense and not enough time on offense. Along with being the top team in the league and having 10 games left in their regular season, the Blues have finalized a 3-year entry-level contract with the young 19-year-old Colorado College sophomore Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz, a #1 pick, 14th overall in the 2010 NHL Draft, joined the team on their 15-day, 7-game road trip in Chicago this past Tuesday. The Blues GM, Armstrong, explained that the Blues have to decide among different options for Schwartz regarding playing. Influencing that decision to some degree is the team's injury situations. Forwards Alex Steen and Matt D'Agostini still remain sidelined by concussion symptoms. Jaden is expected to join the team in Tampa Bay due to Andy McDonald's injury in Thursday night's game versus the Carolina Hurricanes. McDonald is expected to only be out a couple games with a minor right shoulder injury. Jaden was able to score his first professional hockey goal in his debut NHL game on Saturday night with assists from Chris Stewart and Carlo Koliakovo. Some would say the Blues organization is a snake-bit organization when it comes to injuries due to the poor timing of top players being injured. Their amount of talent between each player, along with different levels of experience coming from a majority of young players who have also had the influence of veteran players, proves that this team is not a one-man team, rather a team who strives on simplicity and dedication to each other. Brian Elliott, the top leading goalie in the NHL, has been key to the success of the team, as well as Halak. The goaltending this year has been amazing, which has saved the team from many mistakes and losses. Along with the goaltending, the two young defensemen, Alex Pietrangelo and Kevin Shattenkirk, have been a huge part of the team's success. These two have been fantastic both offensively and defensively. Petrangelo and Shattenkirk are quality players on the ice, although even with their bonuses, are still underpaid compared to other players in the league. Even though things seem to be going well for the team, the organization is bankrupt. The National Hockey League now owns the St. Louis Blues, while the final decisions are being made with the buyers. Tom Stillman, the leading buyer, as well as Don Lux and Tim Schlafly, St. Louis natives, along with 2 other men, are coming close to closing the deal. Stillman believes that in order to rebuild the franchise and financial security of the team, many changes must be made, starting with the ticket prices. The average cost of a Blues ticket is $23 less than the standard NHL price. Prices will increase anywhere between 10 to 18% depending on the different sections and rows. The plan is to keep the tickets affordable, yet raise the prices to help the franchise rebuild what they once were. Seeing that the Blues are top in the league, there is no better time than now to raise the prices. Stillman also points out that the team is winning by a group of young players who have yet to cash in salary-wise. If raising the ticket prices will help the team stay competitive on the ice, hopefully most of the fans will agree that it's worth the extra money to see the team play. A closing date has not been set for the purchase of the team yet, but Stillman wants to get it done before the end of the regular season on April 7th, which is cutting it close. Good luck to the boys on their team during their playoff run.
Hi, this is Allie from Tower News Network. Spring is in the air and March is finally here. March is a month not only known for St. Patrick's Day, but also for the amount of die-hard basketball fans creating their brackets and betting on who will win the March Madness tournament. March Madness is finally upon us, and the matchups this year are more intense than ever. The NCAA tournament began on March 13th. After numerous upsets and surprising victories, the Final Four was completed. For the South Atlanta bracket, Kentucky played Indiana and Baylor played Xavier. Representing the East Boston Conference, Syracuse played Wisconsin, and Cincinnati went against Ohio State. Michigan State, Louisville, Marquette, and Florida made it to the Final Four playoffs in the West Phoenix Conference, and UNC, Ohio, NC State, and Kansas competed for the Midwest St. Louis bracket. There has been a lot of upsets that have occurred during March Madness, but they have gotten us down to our final 2 games. This Saturday, March 31st, Ohio State will play Kansas and Louisville will play Kentucky. Though there has been no Cinderella, the teams that are still standing have certainly been exciting to watch. The stakes are high, and you can safely bet that every player still in the tournament believes that they can take home the championship. Just think, we are 2 games away from basketball glory.
Hi, this is Kim Thur reporting for Tower News Network on rising oil prices. The past few weeks, Americans have been wondering why oil prices continue to rise while the economy appears to be stabilizing. Tensions over Iran and the sanctions against the country are the main reasons for surging oil prices, Cambridge Energy Research Associates Chairman Dan Yergin told CNBC Friday. The sanctions are set to take effect this summer and are expected to reduce the flow of Iranian oil into the world market. While they are anticipated, Yergin, also a CNBC energy analyst, told Larry Kudlow that they are not fully priced into the oil market. The sanctions won't be in a vacuum because it will come along with increased tensions with Iran over its nuclear program, he said. So I think what's in the price now is only partway there. In other words, once the sanctions go into effect, he expects oil prices to rise further. While people may be looking at Iran, Angola, and Libya to help replace the Iranian barrels in the market, Yergin said don't count out the United States. Our production this year is up to 20% since 2008, he said. It might be up another 300,000 barrels this year. Gas is already nearing $4 a gallon nationwide. As prices rise, Yergin expects there to be calls to tap their strategic petroleum reserve. However, he urges caution. It's there to deal with a real disruption, and when you're looking at the problems with Iran, it's not something that you want to rush in and use, he said. Thank you. This is Kim Throw for Tower News Network.
This Tuesday, March 27th, performing arts teachers Mr. Welch and Mr. Neal are taking Villa Duchesne's theater and media classes on a field trip to the Repertory Theater to see Shakespeare's comedy, The Comedy of Errors. Without mistaken identity, The Comedy of Errors isn't really much of a play. Scenes in which someone isn't mistaken for somebody else are few and far between, with the action and the humor of the play depending on the confusion of the characters. While the hilarity of the mistaken identity might be what drives the action of the play, what ties it all together is the notion of family bonds. Though throughout the play, everyone was trying to beat everyone else senseless, in the end, all is forgiven and everyone comes together as one big, happy family. In the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Judith Newmark states, "Comedies opens on joyous note. shines throughout. Musical prologue sets jazzy New Orleans feel. Standout acting carries body show. The comedy of airs includes all the elements that say Shakespeare comedy today. Separated identical twins, two sets of identical twins, mixed up couples, and language that scans so beautifully, we scarcely notice how bawdy it is. Following the play, these students and teachers will be joining together and enjoying a great lunch from Dewey's and dessert from Ted Drew's. This is Margie Natter reporting for Tower News Network.
The 23-year-old star Adele, who boasted 2 best-selling albums of the year so far with 19 and 21, has been ordered by doctors to take an extended period of rest after the discovery of a hemorrhage on her vocal cord. Jonathan Hearn, a surgeon who runs the Voice Clinic at Frimley Park Hospital in Surrey, says Adele will probably be out of action for at least 2 weeks. I would imagine she will be under the care of an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and essentially we would monitor the larynx and advise accordingly, he explains. It is the 3rd time the Rolling in the Deep singer has postponed a tour. In July, she told the BBC Radio 1's breakfast presenter, Chris Moyles, that she had suffered a vocal cord hemorrhage just before a performance. But I sang through it, so that's why it popped. Then I got better, and I had a bit of laryngitis, which is more normal, she said. Consultant voice specialist Dr. Gerald Brooks says singing when suffering from vocal hemorrhaging is dangerous. If someone continues to sing with a hemorrhage and there's more bleeding or trauma, it can lead to permanent scarring and voice problems. Sean Jeffrey, vocal coach, explains, although hemorrhaging is not as serious as, say, a brain hemorrhage, for a singer whose voice is their life, it is a very serious problem. Adele says she now plans to undergo voice rehab so she can start building up stamina. Adele is not the only singer to suffer from throat problems. John Mayer has experienced similar hemorrhaging. I went for a visit on Wednesday and had a scope of my vocal cords revealed that the granuloma has grown back where it was mostly healed. This is bad news. Because of this, I have no choice but to take an indefinite break from live performing. Though there will be a day when all of this is behind me, it will sideline me for a long period of time than I care to have for you to count down. This is Sydney Miller reporting for Tower News Network.